G'day guys, how you going? I'm Nick from Male Pest and Vermin Control. Just before we get into today's review, I wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody that shared my previous review on social media. I was blown away by your support. What we're going to get into today is the Wedgetail Industries MPR, or Modern Pump Action Rifle, also known as the MPR308, also known as Rhonda. Okay, so what we're going to do with this review is we're going to break it down into 3 steps, I guess you could say. We're going to go through the specs of the rifle, my opinion on the rifle, and then we'll do an accuracy test, and we may follow it up with some steel plate shooting. Okay, so just before we get into the specs of the rifle, I just want to talk a little bit about Wedgetail Industries. Wedgetail Industries is an Australian company that caters towards the professional shooter market and the recreational shooter market. So what I mean by that is they make high quality rifles and shooting accessories such as suppressors. I'll leave a link down in the description below to their website so you can have a look at their offerings. Okay guys, so just before we get into the specs of the rifle, I just want to let everybody know that I've gone through and cleared this rifle before filming. So the first bit of the specs that we're going to cover off on is the front end of the rifle. So the barrel has a flash holder mounted to it. The barrel is a 16-inch barrel with a 1-to-10 twist, and its caliber is .308 Win. The overall weight of the rifle is 3.3 kilos. And the handguard is a 13-inch handguard. I have seen a 15-inch handguard. The 15-inch handguard will work well if you're deciding to mount a bipod to this rifle. At the moment, with a 13-inch, the slide gets in the way of mounting a bipod to it. The slide itself has 2 grips on the left and right-hand side, and it has a Picatinny rail at the bottom for accessories such as foregrips. The scope that I have mounted is Vortex Strike Eagle 1-to-6. I have a cantilever mount with a 2-inch offset. The lower receiver of the rifle is Wedgetail's own design, and we have Wedgetail's single stage trigger. The safety catch is a AR style safety catch. Obviously this being a pump action, it's only got safe and fire. The grip is a Magpul A2 grip. Alright, so on the lower receiver there is also a Picatinny rail that is mounted here. The Picatinny rail is for the tube. This is so that the rifle can't be converted into a semi-automatic rifle. With semi-automatic rifles you'll have a buffer spring system that will run through internally into the lower receiver. Obviously being with the Picatinny rail, that is stopping that. The tube length is mil-spec diameter, and it has 6 positions to be able to move it along for an adjustable stock. However, the stock comes factory fitted with a Magpul MOE or Mo stock, looking like this. I've put a CDR stock on there from Magpul just because of my state allows me to be able to have this. So check your state laws to make sure that you're compliant before fitting an adjustable stock. So we've flipped the rifle around now. We have the case deflector, the dust cover, and then the mag release. The mag release is your typical AR style mag release. By pushing the button in, the magazine will pop out, and we have a 10-round PMag. Just to the left of that is we have the bolt release. When the slide has been locked and there's a round been chambered and you want to disengage the bolt without firing the weapon, press on this and then you'll be able to disengage the slide. So we're going to get into my opinion of the rifle. To put it short and simple, I think this is another great high quality built Australian rifle. But you guys are going to need a little bit more information than that. So what I'm getting at is that you guys know that I'm a bit of a sucker for the AR style platform. Not because of the aesthetic look, but because of the ergonomics of being able to customize your rifle with ease. The weight of the rifle and the ability to be able to have quick follow-up shots makes this the perfect rifle for hunting, pest control and competitive shooting. That's not to say there isn't any cons. I'm not going to say it's a con, it's more of a teething point just due to the initial release of the rifle. So when I initially purchased the rifle, I had some issues with my Sierra coat on the rifle. The slide was literally stripping the Sierra coat off. However, I was backed up by Wedgetail Industries' limited lifetime warranty on the rifle. I sent the rifle off, they fixed it, it's come back, and I have not had the issue since. So I wouldn't say that this is a con for the rifle. I'd say that there was just a teething point upon initial release, which happens with most companies when they are releasing a rifle. So we're going to move into the accuracy test, and then we'll get into some steel plate target shooting after that. Alright guys, so we're on my makeshift bench. Today we're going to be shooting my reloads, my 165 grain Hornady SSTs. with 40 grains of double 208 powder. We're going to be shooting only at 50 meters because in the scope's user manual it says that this rifle is to be zeroed at 50 meters. So to give it the benefit of the doubt, we'll only be shooting at that range. If you would like to see me shoot at 100 meters with this rifle, put a comment down saying that you wish to see that, and I'll put another scope on it. So for the group, we're at 0.75 MOA. I have a flyer. The flyer stretches it out to about 1.25 MOA. That's just due to the shitty makeshift bench I'm using for the video. But all in all, as you can see in the video of the cutaway that I'll put up, that you can see that there's clear keyhole going on. So guys, we're gonna have a little bit of fun from here. We're just gonna get into a bit of steel plate shooting. So in summary guys, a really good high quality Australian product. But speaking of high quality Australian products is Black Carbon. They make steel targets and steel target stand systems. I'll leave a link down in the description if you guys want to check them out. I highly recommend them. Also, I'd like to thank my cameraman Sam. He runs a gaming channel on Twitch. I'll leave another link for him down in the description as well. If you're into gaming, check him out.